On today's episode, Belle vigorously defends the crazy baby reindeer lady. We heard stories about your embarrassing mums, plus Belle has no idea what it's like to be a man. And it's hard, let me tell you. But
really hard.
Real hard. But there is a claim that she makes at some point in this episode near the end, which just rocked us. And it'll rock you too.
Live across Australia. This is Ben, Liam and Belle's Late Drive
on Nova. Has everyone seen that baby reindeer interview that they were talking about in the news there?
Oh, yeah. It's a huge news story of today. The real life Martha.
Yeah, Ben, you've not seen the show yet, right? Oh, man. Do yourself a favour. It's only like 6 episodes. It's like the biggest show on Netflix at the moment. It's this guy and he's acting out his real life story about this psycho stalker he had, this Scottish woman. In the show, it's Martha, baby reindeer. And, people on the internet found the real woman and her name's Fiona and she talks like this and she did an interview with Piers Morgan and she absolutely denies everything.
We'll unpack that interview. I know Belle has some controversial thoughts on it.
Can we say what Belle thinks?
Yeah.
Belle's in her corner.
Yeah.
Bell's Team Martha.
Bell's Team Martha. It's wild.
It is the biggest interview, it almost feels like of the year.
Yeah, this is like the Harry and Meghan interview of this year with Oprah. So the real life Martha of Baby Reindeer, the Netflix show that has been like number one for weeks now. So she sat down with Piers Morgan and did like a unedited, full hour-long chat. Now,
And he clicked. Did you want that there? No?
no, not yet.
Okay.
So she sat down and everybody today is like, ha, 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 she's clearly crazy. He's right. We all watch the show. She's in the wrong and everyone's taking her side. Liam, you would say that you are, yeah?
Oh, yeah, she's bad shit. I mean, anyone who's watched 30 seconds of the interview can see that she's not all there.
I don't think so.
So that's a crazy
I know
take.
I'm in the minority. I think we haven't heard her side. We've seen his side. We haven't heard her side. She is denying things. She's saying that she turned him down.
And he clearly
I gave him the brush off. He asked me to sleep with him with a big green spot in his face one day. I said, no, I'm sorry, I'm not interested.
He asked you to do what?
He asked me to sleep with him. He said, would I like my curtains fixed? And I laughed. And he said, that's a euphemism. Do you want me to come home with you? And I said, I've got a boyfriend. I gave him the brush off. I don't fancy little boys without jobs.
Now, everyone's picking apart how she talks. Everyone picks apart how she looks. Everyone's saying, oh, well, she's crazy. Look at her. Listen to how she speaks. We all watch the show. She's a crazy person. We have not heard her side, and I'm sorry, but I just think that we
Have
need
you seen all the tweets and the videos and
Yes,
all the
but-
things she was sending you online? That's how people found her in the first place and how this interview happened?
Yeah, but she's saying, like, she denies everything. He even
Yeah, of
asked,
course, 'cause
were you in love with him?
Were you ever in love with him?
Yes. Is that a serious question?
Yeah.
No.
Isn't the whole thing like she's manipulative and she was ruining his life the whole way through because she was playing everyone against him?
Yeah, but we're taking this from his side, from his perspective. And I'm just saying, she said with Piers Morgan, she sat down and said, I'm going to sue Daily Mail, I'm going to sue Netflix. None of this is true. I never went to jail. I never stalked him. I didn't send 40,000 emails. That is all things that can easily be proven wrong in her stance. Now, if she does sue them and then we find out, oh my gosh, she actually never did this, then he's going to look like the idiot. And we can't
Belle
sit
the
here.
Martha truther.
But we can't sit here and ridicule her and say,
Yeah, we
oh,
can.
she's clearly crazy and she's stalking.
The first question, if you watch this Piers Morgan interview, the first question he asks, have you seen the show?
Have you watched the drama?
Not at all.
You really haven't watched any of it?
I haven't watched any of it.
You're not curious to?
No.
But why does that make her guilty? Why does that make
So
her guilty?
they've made this hit series that the world is talking about that you're supposedly getting pestered for, and you haven't even watched it yourself to see how you're being portrayed? Why are you so angry about it if you haven't even seen how you're being portrayed yet?
But the thing is,
she gets caught out so many times. When he was just talking about the emails, like she's sitting there and she's like, oh, I have 6 email accounts.
Do you have the same email address you've always had?
I had 6 at one point.
Why?
because I like to keep people on different phones and different emails.
Six different email
easier,
accounts?
maybe 4. I think it's 4 to 6, yeah. It's
Was it four-
easier.
four or
it's
six?
easier. So you have some for your utilities, some for close friends, whatever. Yeah.
The 6 is a lot.
Is it?
I think if you have more than 2 email accounts, like your work one and your home one, then you are actually a stalker. That's enough for me.
All in all, my point is I'm not on her side. I'm just saying we automatically think that she's guilty because of everything we've seen in the show. Nobody has actually looked, and everyone's picking apart funny things like, oh, how many email addresses has she got? But we don't know.
Can I say, I haven't said anything yet. I'm Switzerland. I haven't seen the show. I've seen bits of the interview. She seems batshit.
Yeah, but how do we know that he's not? How do we know that he's just not making these allegations?
I think I'm pretty good. I'm a good read of character, and I feel like watching
You're
that
just
interview with
judging
her.
off what she looks like.
No, I'm
and
judging
her
off the way she's
voice.
talking and what she's talking about, and she seems batshit. 13, 24, 10 though. Side note, what I would like to do is, and this can kind of prove that she's batshit, how many emails you got? How many emails do you have? Because if someone calls up and they have more than 2, tell me what they're for. Tell me why you need more than 2 emails.
Yeah. If someone's on the phone going, I've got one for my utilities and I've got one, I'll be like, you just don't. You really don't.
13, 24, 10. We'll throw it out there, Australia. How many emails you got?
Yeah, I mean, it's like it's.
I could talk about this for hours.
Yeah, I know,
and
but
I'm
for
not
me,
going to,
it's like it's not a big stretch. I'm looking at the person they're depicting, and I'm like, that's the same person that I'm seeing portrayed.
But that's what she's trying to defend. She's saying that they've made a show without her permission about. Anyway, let's talk about the emails.
We were saying you should only have 2 emails. You got your personal email and you've got your work email. Any more than that, to me and to Liam particularly, seems weird.
Yeah, you're in baby reindeer territory.
Yeah,
for sure.
you're in reindeer territory. 13, 24, 10. Give us a buzz. How many emails do you have? Rochelle in Brisbane, how many you got?
I've got 4, but wait.
Okay, all right.
One is business.
Mm-hmm.
One is personal.
Mm-hmm.
One is for competition.
so you have like one when you're trying to win stuff on Nova. Like you have a special account for it. Awesome.
Okay.
Yep. And then I've got an old one that sort of, just sits around.
Oh, that's a pass.
So you don't really, I think you don't have to count unactive emails like a Hotmail you might have started in year 8 and you just don't get around to using it anymore.
Yeah, I'm not a stubby short of a 6-pack, but I do feel that possibly, you could be a stalker with 6.
Yeah. So do you think Martha that was on Piers Morgan? Do you think that she's a bit batty?
Yeah, she's a freak.
Have you watched the show, Rochelle?
Yeah. Look, I think that I understand what you're saying, Belle, but I still think, she could be almost like Silence of the Lambs. She could be eating people.
Yeah.
It's so good anyway.
Allegedly.
Well, yeah, allegedly. Yeah, no, it's one of those things that's like I found it unethical in the first place that Piers Morgan was doing an interview with this woman because she's clearly not right.
Yeah.
And now the world's big.
But you say that, but she's just defending herself. That's all she's doing. Let's wait and see her proof. If she does go ahead and want to take it to court, and then it proves that she actually never sent 40,000 emails, then look who's laughing.
You use that argument, Belle, but if she was truly not batty, she would have already sued him. She would already be in the court system because she has such a solid case, but she doesn't.
Well, she said she's going to. Let's just watch this space,
I'll get around to it.
Yeah. Nick in Brizzy, baby reindeer. She's got 6 email accounts. How many do you have?
I've got 5.
Okay, and are you using that to stalk people, or why do you have 5?
Yeah, I'm a little bit disturbed, but besides the point, I've got 1 for work, 1, my original Hotmail from when you were like 12, and then I created an alias, so I've got a new, smarter one. But they're both active, if you know what I mean.
Hang on. You
That's
created
creepy.
an alias?
Yeah, so like your old Hotmail that you had when you were 12, you don't want to have to go to everything that you've signed up for and change it. So you create a new Hotmail, but everything from that Hotmail diverts to that one.
Okay, gotcha.
I get you.
And then a Gmail, because I've got a Samsung, you need a Gmail account. Everyone needs a Gmail.
Okay.
And then I've got another Hotmail, the business one, and then, So 5 all.
So 5, I mean, that's a few. One's a redirect, so you double up there.
Yeah. We've basically got a Martha on our hands.
We do have a bit of Martha, and the police will be notified. Sarah in Melbourne, this is not you, but how many email accounts do they have?
My nan, she has 8 email accounts.
Whoa.
She uses them for, like, you know, the bingo games and stuff you'd play on Facebook, and when you run out of lives, you can, like, send them to your friends.
She's playing the game.
That's what she says.
I like it. Ryan in Sydney, how many email accounts do you have?
Well, I've definitely got over 12 because I have them for signing up for 1 month free trials and stuff. So I just saved them all on my notes in my phone, and every month I just change them over.
Ryan, can I ask, obviously don't give away your actual email, but can I ask, is there a theme? Do you do funny names each time?
There's always a theme.
What's the theme? Can you tell me?
Well, obviously it starts with your name, and then you go to your nephew's name or something like that when you can't get the right email, and then that's it. So you just sort of things that remind you of something.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's not like Mr. Stinky Toast and all sorts of random ones that you sort of make when you're a kid. Yeah.
Yeah, I reckon, Ryan, 12 is hard to beat. Going to pop you in the draw for 10K a day in May as well. Thanks for getting involved.
Also a hard one to argue as well when the police come knocking and you're like, no, I swear on my 12 email accounts and aliases are for signing up for Binge and just rinsing the free monthly subscription. I want to talk embarrassing mums. If you've got an embarrassing mum, 13 24 10. This comes after Sarah, who called through yesterday. She was telling us how sexually active she was in her marriage while she was beside her kid in the car.
I've got a very, very high sex drive. I've actually got my 12-year-old in the car with me right now.
Oh, fun. Well, you did call up, remember. Come on, Mum. Don't want to hear that.
Could you imagine having the radio on, being in the car with your mum, and the people on the radio are talking about how sexually active you are?
I think we said 13, 24, 10, are you a root rat? And then
your
she's
mum
pulled
picks
over.
up the phone and calls the radio station?
She goes, yeah, sorry, Charlie, I am a root rat. I do need a call for this. I absolutely love it.
It's why you're here, Charlie.
And look, sometimes mums are embarrassing. I love my mum, but she can be embarrassing. She got us kicked out of a pub one time. She was absolutely blind, and then she went over to one of the patrons' plates and took some chips off, and the security kicked us out.
That seems extreme, though.
To be kicked out?
Yeah.
Are you not allowed to take chips off other people's plates?
No, but it's kind of like a talking to rather than a you're out of here.
You're out of here.
And you said she got kicked out again the other week.
Yep, at a nightclub for jumping up on a stage. The whole group got kicked out.
Also, a fact I love about your mum is her Instagram handle is bushpig.
Yeah, that's her nickname, Bush Pig. And it is also her Instagram handle.
Layla joins us now in Melbourne. You're 11 years old, Layla. Have you got an embarrassing mum?
Yeah, not so much, but she does sometimes when I'm talking on the phone, especially when it's a boy. She'll come in and she'll give me a little cuddle, and it will be awkward for a few minutes.
Yeah, it's kind of awkward.
Yeah, that's embarrassing.
Yeah, but you're only 11. Mum's got to keep a watchful eye.
Layla, are you 11?
I'm actually 12.
12.
Okay, you're 12 now. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, it's still young. Good on you. I mean, I wasn't talking to any chicks on the phone when I was 12. That's for sure. I text one once a little bit, but then I'd run out of credit, and then I wouldn't be able to ask my mum for another $20 for a few weeks.
Hey, Layla, fun fact about Liam: when he was 12, he used to get really bad acne, and his mum used to put cabbage on his face to help with the acne.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
Cool. That's not really fun.
Yeah. So now you can probably see why I didn't speak to many chicks when I was 12.
Cabbage boy.
Yeah, cabbage boy.
Layla, thank you.
Speaking of Liam, who's Lee again? Oh, the one who smells of hot cabbage. Yeah. I know. Yeah, Mum's very much into her natural remedies. That's the bush pig for you.
Have you got an embarrassing mum? Maz in Sydney, tell us about her.
Oh, my God. Hi, guys. How are you?
Very good.
Good, Maz.
Awesome. Oh, my God. My son was in he's probably about in second or third class.
Yeah.
He had a school carnival happening, and he's looking for his tonks and that, but he had the same colour tonks as my G-strings.
Oh.
So, poor kid, he ended up picking up mine, and he got to the school carnival, and he had to put them on back to front because he's that embarrassed.
Oh, bro, you didn't make him wear your red.
Hang on,
your red G-banger, did you?
Can I get that straight, Maz? Your son went to school and he had to wear your G-banger. Is that what happened?
Yeah, well, because we had the same. He had his tonk, like ball bangers were the same colour as my teaspoons.
What are these words you're saying? I don't understand.
Tongs, ball bang. Maz, I'll tell you what, I love the call. It does feel like a crime, though. It does feel like a little bit of a crime, so I don't know if I'm going to spend much more time with that one.
I think Maz is having a good night.
Maz, we love you. Call anytime. You're in the draw for 10K a day in May. Zoe in Brizzy.
Whoa.
Hope you're having a good Friday evening. Embarrassing mums. Tell us about yours.
So when I was little, my mum took me to the chemist with her. And, I was excited. I got a bag of jelly beans. I was delighted. I went up to ask her if I could have them. And she turns to the chemist and she goes, yeah, I have an itch down there.
Oh.
And I was just mortified.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it always seems when you go to the chemist, it seems very like a public exchange when you're talking to the chemist, doesn't it?
Doesn't it?
And when mum's got a hairy...
Yeah, a bit of a situation.
Hang on, who said anything about hair? What?
Hairy, sorry, itchy. My mum's got an itchy. When mum's got an itchy, well, it probably is as well. It's probably hairy and itchy.
Yeah, I'd imagine so. Do you think your mum has a Brazilian, Zoe? No, we'll move on. That's fine. Misty in Melbourne, you've got an embarrassing mum.
Yeah, and I love her for it. But when I was newly married, we actually lived with my parents, and our bedroom wall was kind of next to each other. And one day she just randomly found a thing of lube and she assumed it was ours and just left it on the end of my bed. And I was just like, okay, yeah, whatever. And it just happened that later that night, I was trying to put a DVD in my DVD player.
Yeah. And
all she heard from the other side was, oh, I just can't get it in. It's getting stuck. And all I hear from the other side of the wall, like not even skipping a beat, is, that's not the
Your phone cut out annoyingly, Misty, but I'm assuming you said that's what the lube's for.
Yeah.
That's cute.
Good one, Mum. Good zinger.
Cute.
And then you ended up ruining the DVD player because you were squirting it in there.
Misty, very well told. Going to pop you in the draw for 10K a day in May. If you've got an embarrassing mum, if you want to celebrate your mum for Mother's Day on Sunday, 13 24 10. If you get on air to share your story, you go on the draw for 10K a day in May.
Is it just me, Ben and Belle? The calls feel a little bit more wild on a Friday night.
Something about Friday night.
Some people have had 7 to 8 standard drinks. You never really know what's going to happen. Kristen, are you loose or are you good?
No, I'm good. I'm
okay.
good.
All right, cool. You sound good. Well, we're doing embarrassing mums. Obviously, Mother's Day on the weekend. Tell us about your story.
Yeah, my mum, without fail, whenever we're in public and there is a baby or a child crying, she'll go really close and say sort of loudly, oh, that baby's too hot, or oh, that baby should have a jumper on.
No.
It's mortifying.
She's giving out like motherly advice.
Yeah. She's backseat mothering.
Yeah, that's not fun. Just a random mums in the food court.
I bet they love it.
Oh, they would. Oh, I didn't think about that. Yeah, true. I should just take its little beanie off. Carla in Brizzy, you've got an embarrassing mum?
I do.
Mm-hmm. Tell us about them.
So when I was younger, more so back then, we would go to the shops and Mum would love to wear leggings. And she'd wear them up really high and she quite often had a camel toe. So we didn't want to tell her, so we would try and walk in front of her so that no one would see it.
The ultimate love, just trying to guard the moose knuckle around Kmart. Shield your mum.
Camel toe. Carla, thank you.
Unnecessary.
That's the name of today's podcast. Bubs, is yours camel toe related or is it just a different embarrassing mum story?
No, thank God it is. For my old lady, she's a pretty large lady as well, and when I used to play junior footy, get into a few scuffles, she'd be the first person jumping on the field, running out, to try and get in there to pull me out of the fight. But by the time she got there, by the time she got there, the game had already got ready to go. So I had to blow the whistle, stop the game to get her escorted off. It was very embarrassing.
Mum!
Here comes Bub's mum.
Stay out of it!
You've got to see the side-by-side photo on the Instagram story of Belle's boyfriend next to her brother. They're essentially the same person.
Yeah, we only worked it out yesterday, but it blew our minds. And 82% of people have agreed with us.
Yeah, well, they don't. I don't think. They look completely different in my eyes. And you know what? You've already ruined my relationship because I...
Did you call him Tommy when you got home last night accidentally?
No, I got home and then Christian, my partner, came over last night. And of course, I like greeted him with a kiss. First thing he said, he's like, "How is it kissing your brother?"
Oh, that's good. At least he's
Okay.
leaning into it.
Oh, he is. He shared it on his story. I was like, what are you doing?
What do you reckon? Is it weird? Well, look, we wanted to put this to bed for once and for all. And we thought it would be rude just to put it out on Instagram because maybe some people are joking around. We don't know. So we thought we'd get a face boffin on.
Yep.
So we are now about to speak to a renowned facial recognition expert and university professor, Dr. Dan Carragher. He has both photos in front of them. He has run them through a system. Now, if you were to put a number on it, if, say, Alf Stewart and Margot Robbie are 0 out of 10 on the lookalike scale, what score would you give Belle's boyfriend and her brother?
Yeah, great scale. Alf Stewart and Margot Robbie. I'm going to say a 7. They definitely look similar.
Do you think, though, that they could be potentially brothers?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, there's a lot of similarities here. So these guys have pretty similar complexion. They also have really similar facial hair and color. And maybe there's some similarities here around the mouth and maybe even the eyes as well. So, yeah, I think there's a lot of similarities here.
There's not much left, Dr. Dan. I mean, you take nose and ears out of it, and that's like pretty much it.
I mean, you said hair, Dan. I don't know how my brother's going to feel about being compared to a bald man with white hair. Yeah, look, it's really disappointing, but they do say you are attracted to people that look like you. My brother looks like me, therefore, I guess, I don't know, Christian and I weirdly look the same as well.
Look, I'm glad you're coming around to it, Belle. Now, Dr. Dan, in your scientific opinion, would you say the likeness is enough for it to be weird?
Look, it's getting there for sure.
Okay, that's good. No, it's just good to hear it from a scientist, you know what I mean? Because, we obviously trust your opinion with this, being a facial recognition expert.
Belle kisses her brother. Belle kisses her brother. Dr. Dan, an absolute pleasure having you on the show. We appreciate you getting you on.
Anytime, guys. Thanks very much.
Thanks, mate.
Thanks.
What's your best euphemism for sex?
Because biggest news story of today, Baby Reindeer, Netflix #1 show, all about Richard Gadd, comedian, and his alleged stalker. And the real life stalker sat down with Piers Morgan this morning and defended herself. And she told a great story about how Richard tried to get her.
He said, "Would I like my curtains fixed?" And I laughed. And he said, "That's a euphemism."
That's in the show as well. I think on episode 3, it's like, yeah, I'll hang your curtains.
And they keep coming back to it throughout the show. Hang my curtains.
I'm trying to imagine the move there because hang your curtains. I don't understand. Like, I get it's a euphemism.
I think there's the curtains there, and then you're just hanging them. You know what I mean?
What?
Yep.
No, well, in the show...
Is she the curtains?
No, in the show, they're at the bar, and then I think she says something like, "Oh, I'm doing renovations to my place," and he says, "Well, do you want me to come around and hang your curtains?" That's what happens in the show, from my memory. But then in real life, yeah, she said that he just said that. Which, I mean, if someone did that to me, I would be like, huh?
Yeah.
What?
Which is often what a euphemism is, I guess. 13, 24, 10. Have you got a euphemism for sex?
I mean, you guys would probably know this, but my favourite one I've ever heard is park that Big Mac truck right in that little garage.
I want you to park that Big Mac truck right in this little garage.
Does that count?
Yeah.
'Cause I love that one.
Yeah.
I love that one.
Do you know what one I've always found gross? Like, I feel like it's grosser than just saying sex. When people say bumping uglies.
Yeah.
I feel like...
I love that one.
Are you serious? It's so gross. It's just like, yeah.
No, it's cute.
Yuck.
Blow the cobwebs out.
That's gross.
Yeah.
Scrub your poop deck.
That...
Yeah, okay.
Ben.
Yeah. Hide the pickle. Get your cheeks clapped. Actually, that's not even a euphemism, really, that last one. Sorry. Hayden in Melbourne, what's your favourite euphemism for it?
Mine is you go up and you say, "Hey, you want to try gambling with the future? Because you never know what's going to happen in 9 months."
Wow, that sounds scary, that one.
Is that a pickup line? Or, I mean, I kind of like it, though.
Yeah. More pickup line, I feel. But pretty good, Hayden.
Yeah. Talia, what about you? What's your favourite euphemism for sex?
Yeah. So in my relationship, the only thing ever being said is raw dog. So you want to raw dog it?
Talia, that's not a
Is that a
euphemism.
euphemism?
Yeah, I don't think
No.
people are getting the brief here. That's a different thing. Raw dogging. That's, yeah, I know what you're thinking, but yeah. Sean, what about you? Do you have a clean, honest euphemism for us?
Yeah, so mine's got a bit of a Spanish theme to it. Mine is sugar my churro.
Yeah, that's a better one.
That's cute.
That's more like, yeah, that's nice. You know, you should be able to say it in a room where children are present and they would be none the wiser.
Yep.
That's the level it needs to be.
That reminds me of the one in Mean Girls. That's a great one.
Would you like us to assign someone to butter your muffin?
Okay, yeah, is your muffin buttered?
Yeah.
That's a great one.
That's more like it, rather than like, you want to go raw dog it? Like, that's like, whoa, okay. Martin and City, what's your favourite euphemism?
Ben, you got to click on the caller.
Sorry, Martin. Go again.
Martin.
Gland to gland combat.
So
did you say gland to gland combat?
Gland to gland.
Kill me. I hate that one. I hate that so much. Gland to gland combat.
That's disgusting.
That
makes me think of like being in a David Attenborough doco.
That makes me feel like just hanging up the boots, just going like, nah. Actually, it's kind of gross. I don't want to do that anymore.
Wouldn't you hear like David being like, and then they make gland to gland?
Does.
Yeah, it's a bit National Geographic, isn't it?
Tom, what about you, mate? You've called through. What's your favourite euphemism?
Yeah, normally a game of hide the sausage.
That's disgusting too.
Why
do we not?
Sausage.
Why don't we have any nice ones? The only nice one was the churro one. Sugar my churro.
Go put the metwurst in the cave, eh? What do you reckon?
Targeted ads. I don't know. Are you guys getting them? Liam getting your targeted ads?
Yeah, I get targeted ads all the time. I get those one about those fat shirts. They're like shirts that make you look less fat.
Yep.
And it's always like, my man is like, he looks so chubby in his shirts.
Makes your chest look bigger and your stomach smaller.
It's like, I think they're called True Classic, and I don't know that because I bought a lot of them. But maybe I did.
They're tighter around the arms.
They're tight around your arms and chest to make your body look muscly, and then it's really it's like wearing a dress because then it's just like sort of like it's supposed to not be tied around your belly.
Belle, what about you?
Look, along the same lines. I have one saved. Liam, I'll give this to you to read.
Okay, that's even worse. That's from Shein. It's a
from
shirt.
Shein Curve.
It's a shirt that says in big words, "I am not fat." I'm just easier to see. It says in smaller writing. So that
I get that every day. Shein Curve, and it's the t-shirt that says, "I am not fat." Just easier to see.
That's a hate crime. I mean, at least mine was sort of like hiding it a little bit.
Yeah.
Like that's just a shirt that says I'm not fat.
Sorry, I know Shein is obviously like an incredibly bad place for child labour. It's the one where they were stitching into the tags, like help messages. What's Shein Curve?
Well, it's Shein for bigger girls.
Right. So,
Duh.
Right, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Well, look, they're definitely getting out of hand. We know that our phones are listening, clearly, and they're targeting us, so they can be very specific. I got this ad today.
My secret hack on how I keep my package looking big and my balls in place.
It was like a 30-second ad for this special underwear that made your package look bigger.
Yeah, and I have noticed lately that your package has been looking small and your balls have been all over the shop. Like at work the other day, you were sending an email and I was like, what's that? And it was just one of your nuts. It was just sort of resting on the space bar.
This is a little bit off topic, but talking about the underwear with the little packages, Liam, you and I got sent some a while ago.
Oh, I'm actually wearing them right now.
I find it strange that you put your Frank in the package. So you put it in there. I don't do that.
Oh, yeah, I put it in there.
You put it in
I keep the beans on the outside. I keep them.
Wait, what?
There's these Bonds were doing this thing and they sent us a couple of pairs.
What
and
is
it's
it?
There's like a pocket in the underwear and you can put your snag in the pocket.
Why?
I don't know.
It's that I think undies are just undies, and at some point in the marketing room, they're like, "What if you separate them with some?"
Yeah, because isn't it like sometimes you can like if you get sweaty, wouldn't it
Yeah,
get like a little bit
I don't
like,
really know.
like stuck together?
I think for Liam it's a bit of fun.
It is fun.
You pop it in the pocket.
Right now, the snag is in the pocket. No, this is too much actually.
What?
Oh, look, what? The only bad thing, if I was being honest about the pocket, and this is gross, but sometimes you do end up with a wee dot.
Mm-hmm.
If you put it in the pocket, the wee dot's in the same spot all the time. It's just sometimes if you get a wee dot somewhere, you might want to put it somewhere else. So
But then you got
you're not
multiple
sort of
dots.
resting
That's
on the.
gross.
Yeah, but it'll dry up by the time you can move it back. You know what I mean? Like,
Sorry, I know this is a bit TMI, but the
Yeah.
whole wee dot that's disgusting. I find that the most revolting thing.
We can't help it.
Yes, you can.
you actually can't.
Why can't you use toilet paper as a man?
That is the most wild thing you've ever said.
That's going to be in the history books for the
Dude,
craziest thing you've
why
ever said.
can't you use toilet
why?
paper?
Why are you so
Could you imagine? Could you
toilet
imagine
paper?
being at the footy and you're at like a trough and then you're like, oh jeez, and you just sort of you're holding it and you walk over to one of the
why?
stalls and you grab one
why?
single sort of.
I'm
Why
not kidding
can't
you.
you?
I'm not kidding you, Belle. When you said that, like our entire producing
Dude,
team
that was awesome.
all leant forward and
That
were like,
lit it up.
Because they're all
crazy.
men
That's
except for Tina.
That's a crazy thing to say.
Hang on. Okay, wait. So why is it that you all stand in a trough and you wee and then you just like shake it around a bit
Yeah,
and then put it all
Because
covered
most of
in
the time
wee
it's
back
fine.
in?
Most of the time it's fine.
Why did society go there? Why didn't
Could
they
you-
do
we
it
should do
in
a
a
bit.
trough?
I'm not going
No,
to
wait,
wipe. It's
listen.
not an arse. I'm not going to
No.
wipe it.
Why not? But then also, why don't you have the trough
different.
and then on top of the trough, everybody has a roll of toilet paper and you stand there and the other roll of toilet paper.
Dude,
wee dots.
I would be blown away. Could you imagine if you were like standing at the urinals and then someone just had like a handkerchief or something that they just sort of, or like a tissue and then they just dabbed it off? Like I would just die standing right there.
We could do, I'm just spitballing here, we could do Ben, Liam and Belle wee hankies and we brand them up and we invent the first wee hankies.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea.
You know, it's hygienic.
I was thinking...
It's eco-friendly.
Mm-hmm.
And girls, like straight girls and straight guys, will like it because you do not have any wee dots and you will not smell like a urinal.
I was thinking you can't film in toilets, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
This is a very long break, isn't it? You can't film, but that would be a great video, just having GoPros on their head and doing the toilet paper thing just to see how everyone else would react. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
that would break the internet.
We're a very open book policy here on this show, so 13 24 10 is our number. You can call whenever you want, and on Fridays, we like to field your complaints.
Ben, Liam, and Belle's complaints. Yep, we'll take that on board. Yep, thank you. Yeah, no, I appreciate that. Yep, no, thanks for the feedback. Thank you. Bye. Hotline.
Ben and Belle, how are we going to get better at the late drive program if people can't have complaints?
Yep, 13 24 10 is our number. Jody in Adelaide, what's your complaint?
Liam cost my husband $500 in a bet, and now it's ruined my Mother's Day.
Sorry, Jody, you do sound a bit upset. Has he been following me on the feed there on Sportsbet?
Yes.
Yeah, that's rough, Jody.
Was it Real Madrid? Was it that one?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, sorry.
Not good.
Sorry about that, Jody. Yeah, no, I did have them to win, to be fair.
Mm-hmm.
I just thought Vinny Jr. was going to score, so that's where I lost.
I think as a show, we have to have a disclaimer saying do not follow Liam on the
Oh,
feed.
no, follow me for sure, but just...
don't do his bets because they always lose.
Not always, but like, yeah.
Yeah.
No, jump on.
And also gamble responsibly.
Oh, just gamble responsibly. That's
Yeah,
it.
I would say gambling responsibly would be not following
Yeah.
Liam's punts. Jody, you're in the draw for 10K a day in May. Thank you very much.
Annabelle in Perth. You got a complaint for us?
Hi. Good
Hey.
evening.
Good evening. Hey, hello
Yes.
there.
Well, Jimmy and Nate, I like them, but I don't appreciate their beef. Like, what the?
Well, yeah, I mean, we did start the beef, Annabelle, so it's, I guess,
Yeah.
kind of on us.
So, yeah.
You know what? I love Liam, Ben, and Belle. They are the best in Brizzy. Like, for sure.
Thank you. I like how you
Sounds like you're forced to say that.
Because I like how you put my name first as well, Annabelle. It is Ben, Liam, and Belle traditionally, but I have been trying to push Liam, Ben, and Belle. But yeah, we got there in the end.
We should rebrand it because I was thinking we're BLB and that would be LBB. We could be BBL.
True.
Yeah.
Like BBL Drizzy.
Yeah.
Brazilian butt lift, or of course the Big Bash League.
Or big beautiful lady.
Yep. Any of them. Sarah in Melbourne, what's your complaint?
Hi, guys. Ben and Belle, I love the show.
Okay. it's my wife.
Keep up the good work.
High five.
Yep.
Yeah, Liam, not loving how all that you talk about is complaints about me.
Oh my God, it is Sarah.
Crashing
Oh my
in the
God.
car, cheating on the gym.
Yep.
You know, that's pretty private stuff.
And look, I love you, sweetie, but you did do both of those things. And did you want to tell everyone how much the excess was for that car that you crashed?
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, it starts with a 7. So I could, at least I could do is have a few funny stories about the whole thing. Hey.
Well, Sarah, I mean, hopefully you win 10K a day in May because you're now in the draw, I guess. You got your voice on air. That could cover the excess.
Thanks. Love you, Sarah. What are we having for dinner tonight? What are you thinking? Okay. We're not having dinner tonight. Okay. She's leaving me, guys.
For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcasts.com.au.